This is what I wake up to every morning. She's sitting there. Usually she's clawing at the window to get in. And it sounds like somebody's washing the window. Right now she's just, look, she just saw me. I closed the blinds on her. This doesn't look heavenly. Vitamins. So I'll tell you what vitamins I use or I take every morning. Iron, probiotic, vitamin C, over the counter, or medicine from my doctor, fish oil, all kinds of vitamins, collagen. No, you can't take vitamins. Stop. Vitamin, multivitamin, dummy. And I just take them all at one time. Sometimes I can't. Coffee. I usually have this filled. Whew, hold on. Alexa, play When the Lights Come On by Jason Aldean.
Lights Come On by Jason Aldean, starting now on Amazon Music.
I've been filling my gallon jug of water up for 7 years every day. Like sometimes I'll go get another jug. Obviously, it's not the same one. But I've been saying for 7 years, I'm gonna get us the filter system in the sink for easier filling up, but I haven't. It's on my list though. My 7-year list. It keeps me accountable. There's deer outside. I don't know why I'm whispering. Andy put the speeder out here outside my window so I could see all the deers. And this is, oop, he got scared. That one's like, what the fuck are you looking at, girl? That crow is eating your food. Okay. Usually Andy makes the bed, but he ain't here. When we first started dating, I'd always leave earlier than him. I would get home and he wouldn't have the bed made, obviously, because he's a guy. And so I would go every day. I go at like 5 and make the bed, and he'd go, "Why do you like have to make the bed? We're about to get in the bed." And I'd tell him that it just bothered me because I just like getting a clean, like fresh made bed when I get home. Like, that's not weird. It's weird that you don't have a routine. Ever since that conversation, he's made the bed. I'm out of face wash. Never thought I'd be brushing my eyebrows. I mean, my eyelashes. But I brush them every morning. I look hot, but I'm not. Actually, I brush them more than I brush my hair, really. This sea salt spray, but it's really seawater that Andy got for me when I ran out of the sea salt. So this is fresh Blue Water Gulf sea salt spray for your hair. So, because Lord knows I try to do the whole dry shampoo thing with baby powder, but my hair just looks like it's got a shit ton of baby powder in it. Going for the fresh off the beach look. Whew, I'm gonna need some more sea salt water. Voila. I look professional. I did start using this Velvet dry body oil mist on my face, and I quit using it for a little while, and I could tell a difference. I don't do yoga, but I want to learn how to do core stuff for my core. So I went to Livin'the this week and he showed me a lot of stuff. I've been Googling a lot of stuff to work on just my core, obviously, my mobility, my flexibility, things like that. So I'm really excited to be able to learn more about that. Pointing my toe. I've never been a dancer. I've never been a gymnast. I would like to learn how to be a gymnast. And he said one thing at a time. He's like my little come back to earth reminder. On Sundays, I am off of my workouts and I do usually my cardio, which is 20 minutes on my desk bike. Obviously now I do sprints because I'm in a cut. And so I'm gonna start doing 30 minutes of whatever I just did, stretching or yoga, movement. I wanna get better at that, back bends, headstand. I've done those for a couple years now. Obviously I can't do it on my wrist like they can in yoga, so I wanna be able to do that. I need way more balance. My hands being where they are help me balance my body. I'll just get better at that. So I'm about to jump on my bike and get some work done. I think I'm gonna go to Target, get some stuff that I probably don't need. So I'm about to go to Target and Walmart and I'm about to throw all this food away so I have room for new food. And then Andy, he don't get home till Wednesday. Wait, I don't know when he gets home actually. I'm gonna try to cook meatloaf, that's my plan, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I want to try and cook more and more, especially since I've been doing the recipe guide for my clients. I'm just not the best cook. So I'll be like, hey, I'll cook you dinner. And he's like, oh no, don't worry about it. So I'm making my food to go to Baton Rouge so I don't have to stop. Udi's multigrain bread, peanut butter and jelly. 2 of these pieces. Ezekiel bread, the low sodium. I think I'm actually about to eat one. Like tricks. Get in there. Kind of still a little cold. I'm gonna toast one, the one that I'm eating now, and then I won't toast one, whatever I'm eating later. Same peanut butter, and also I'm using this peanut butter, which is my favorite. 1 ounce of, whoa, slow down. Whew. And I use this homemade jelly our friend made, Mayhaw jelly. A 1/2 ounce, and then on my sandwich I'm gonna eat in the car, I'll put a 1/2 ounce. I made a mess. Jesus Christ. On the other one, I'll use 32 grams. Whoa. A little much. Some bites have a lot more protein than the others just because I'm not very patient when it comes to smoothing. And then sugar-free jelly. I cut sugar-free things out a couple months ago. I used to eat a lot of artificial sweeteners, like a lot. It was just causing inflammation, and so I just cut back on them. I went from getting like a lot, like 40 or more, because I was eating so many protein bars, sugar-free syrup, sugar-free jelly, or preserves. This was causing inflammation, so I cut them back to like getting less than 10 for like 3 months, and it helped with my inflammation. So now I'm just like keeping it like less than 10 grams, hopefully. Definitely less than 15 grams. That's it. So I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx, I think, Target, probably Walmart. Maybe not though. It's a mess sometimes. Sometimes I'm more not messy than other times. But the good news is that I clean up after myself. Unlike my husband, he's just a mess. Every now and then he'll clean up after himself. I don't even think I'm gonna be gone this long, but just in case something happens, I'm going to make my oatmeal. Protein powder. I need to make a post before I go so I don't text and drive. I love oatmeal, especially with protein powder. So good, and you can eat it without heating it up or heating it up. Put everything back. where it goes. These little wipers that I use all day long. They're like just disinfectant wipes. I put them everywhere in case somebody wants to help me clean, but you know. Okay, let's bring my lunchbox. Yeah. Andy got me this lunchbox. It's the shit. Just left TJ Maxx and got all kind of stuff. I did my budget last night and I'm like way ahead. I feel like I deserve the shirts that I got. I did get some oil for my skin. It's supposed to help with the redness. Here we go. I'm gonna go to, hopefully they have the couple things that I have on my list. I don't know where my list is. This is very random. Ooh, there's cops. I was about to run the red light. Ooh, that had been like NYZD live. Zachary cops pulling me over. So mentally, lately I've been talking to obviously a ton of people about, you know, food, diets, macros, whatever. And I have a lot of people that are like coming from macros. They're just like, macros isn't for me for whatever reason. And so they're telling me, you know, I'm eating, like I am tracking, but I'm really just tracking to make sure that I'm hitting my protein and I'm not tracking specific goals and this, that, and the other. And I just been hearing that. I had a friend of mine ask me the other day, like, are you ever going to not track macros, or when do you stop tracking macros? I think was her question. And, or for me, like, when do you, Gracie, think you'll stop tracking? And I was like, I guess whenever, you know, whenever I don't feel like I need to, or when I don't feel like there's a reason to. So all these years, so I've been tracking macros for, I don't know, like 7 years or something like that, and 6 years. And really, it was because it was so easy. It was mindless. Like, whenever I left my house at 4 o'clock in the morning and I get home at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, it was a lot easier for me to track my food and prep my and bring my lunchbox everywhere than for me to leave the house and be like worried about what I was going to eat. So it was just, for my schedule and for the amount of structure that I had for all these years has been, it was just perfect fit, you know. And so when I answered her, I pretty much was like, I guess till my, you know, my life, I guess, is different. It changed or whatever. And so now I'm, I guess, 3 or 4 weeks into my cut, and I was thinking, like, obviously my daily energy that I'm expending is lowered dramatically because I'm not running around. I mean, I'm not leaving my house at 4 and coming home at 8 every day. I'm not running around the restaurant. I'm not doing all these things that are just normal life at work. Like, it was just work is the only thing that was different as far as physically. Like, I'm just not running around crazy. So obviously my energy expended daily has decreased dramatically. And so I was thinking a couple days ago, like, that's definitely why I have, for this cut 500 calories, and I'm really not seeing that much progress at this point. I know that my body responds very slowly to cuts, 100%. I know that, but this is on top of that. So not only does your body respond slowly to when you cut calories, because your body, its first thought is, holy shit, she's starving, or food is scarce, so hold on to everything. And then once it realizes that food isn't scarce and this is just, you know, I'm still feeding it, it'll start allowing me to lose body fat. So on top of that, my energy output every day is lower. So I was thinking, well, what if I started, or why wouldn't I take this time to not track? And when I say not track, the biggest thing that I worry about when I say that I'm not going to track is that I'm not going to eat enough food. So from day to day, obviously at this point during my cut, my calories are 2,900. If I were to just not have a plan, and let's just say I hit 2,000 calories in a day, after the 5th day, I'm going to hit a wall as far as being tired as fuck. And yeah, hell yeah, I would definitely lose body fat very quickly at that point, because that's a 1,500 calorie deficit. But I don't want to get to that point. So I don't want to get to that point. Like, I don't want to be so tired that I can't function. So that is the only thing that has held me back this far, as far as, okay, let's go a month or even 2 weeks intuitively eating, I know that that's what's going to happen because it happens every time I go on vacation. So I would still, at that point, if I did decide to, okay, you're not going to hit 2,900 calories, you're not going to hit these specific macros, but you're going to track and you're going to try and hit X number of protein and total calories per day be, around between 24 and 28. That would be, I guess, a good way to start this. But anyway, what I realized today is that 7 years ago, my ultimate goal was to rebuild my metabolism. So I know I've been saying I'm going to talk about reverse dieting, and I am going to talk about reverse dieting, but like I said in my post today, I just get so stressed out about that it just makes me not want to do it. So I'm just going to do it like I am right now, which is just randomly. But 7 years ago when I first started, I came from an eating disorder. I came from not eating at all. I came from working out 7 days a week, doing cardio every day for at least an hour. I came from just metabolic damage through the roof. I didn't have a period for 4 years. My hormones were so up, all because of food. Your hormones are literally driven by your metabolism. So if your metabolism's slow, you can guarantee that your hormones are up. So 7 years ago, or when I started, my number one goal was to rebuild my metabolism. And for 7 years now, I've reversed every single year, and obviously I cut every single year. And every year at the end of my reverse, my metabolic capacity and what my body can metabolize gets higher and higher and higher. And that's the point of a reverse diet. That's what you want. You want to metabolize as much food as you can, maintaining a weight that you're comfortable at. And so every year, every time I would reverse, that metabolic capacity would get higher and higher and higher. And I was thinking, so this past reverse, my calories were about 3,500, a little over 3,500 calories was what I was maintaining a healthy and happy weight at. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't, I felt good at that amount of calories. And I was just thinking, when I was thinking about all the other things I was thinking about, that if I were to keep the cycle going, let's just not think about my total daily energy expended being lessened. Let's just say the cycle is going to continue to go just like the pattern it has for 7 years. That would put me around probably 3,900 calories a day at the end of a 2020 reverse diet. And that's a lot of food, And so when I say that, when I said that to myself, I was like, well, there you go. That's what you've been searching for 7 years, is you wanted to rebuild your metabolism, and every year you want it to push and push and push and push because you wanted to and you could, but you don't have to anymore. You don't have to push your metabolism anymore because it's beyond where you thought it was going to be. I never thought I'd be eating 3,500 calories a day, but it's almost like I finally got to the end of that journey and that goal of rebuilding my metabolism. And it wasn't until just now today that I really was like, okay, well, so if you eliminate that, it's kind of like my post again today. If I eliminate things that are causing me stress, the reverse and the cutting doesn't cause me stress because I know what I'm doing, but it causes my body stress, whether it be because my body is tired because it's not getting calories, or my body is super, super full and it's having to digest all these extra calories, extra calories. That's just stress on my body. If I eliminate that just opens more doors to do other things. So my goal at this point, physique wise, I definitely want to get leaner for the summer. Obviously, who doesn't? It's almost like I need to sit down and think about my next super long-term goal and break that down into the smaller goals like I have over the past 7 years. So that is what you look for when you, and I talk about your reason, your why, like your why. Everybody's like, you have to have your why, but your why has to be, your why when you start this journey has to be more than I just want to get fit, I just want to lose weight. It has to be almost like a life or death situation. You know, like when I decided to do this, it was for only one reason. Like I could not starve myself anymore, or I was going to die, period. Like that's kind of a little bit extreme, but it is what it is. If I were to have kept doing that, I would have just gone down. Whether I had died by now or not, I don't know, but I know you understand what I'm saying. Like that is the reason why I was so to the T to my program. I hit my macros every day, I did my cardio every day. I went above and beyond what just somebody who wants to lose weight will do, because I had to. Like there was no other choice. And so I have clients that come to me, or potential clients that come to me, and this is why I started doing discovery calls, because I don't want people to give me money if I can't help you, and I don't want to help you if you just want to simply lose weight because summertime is in 4 months. Like I want you to want to completely change your life because you have to, whether it be something like me, whether it be because you have high blood sugar or blood pressure, or your parents have heart problems, or it runs in the family, play with your kids, play with your grandkids, like whatever your reason is, it has to be that deep. Like it has to be, if I don't change this right the now, I could possibly be dead in 7 years. Okay, so I just got home from, where did I go? Shopping, and I'm just gonna show you what I got. Baskets and more. Can't be too organized. And I don't really know what I want to do with them yet. I love to be organized. If I organize Andy, shit stays organized. But he is not an organizer. Everything has a place. Everything stays nice and neat. 3 different shirts, because if I'm gonna be on film, I gotta look good. Deep Sleep spray, lavender and chamomile pillow mist. Smells really good. And I got this Overnight Repair retinol plus blue tansy face oil. Even skin tone and boost radiance, while the blue tansy calms redness and soothes dry skin. Popcorn from the Easter Bunny. And then this beautiful thing that I'm gonna hang on Andy's side of the closet, because he doesn't know how to. He just randomly hangs his pants on these like nails that he put in the wall. What is this? If I get him organized, he has no reason to be unorganized. And he's not here. Last time I went to Mexico, on the porch that had like these wooden cross things, gone, demolished it, because he didn't want me to take those things down. I didn't know. He didn't tell me. My parents came over, kind of threw me off a little bit. I completely redid our closet, and besides these socks, it looks so good. This big side is Andy's. I just sent out to my email list my recipe guide with broken down macros, and I'm about to shower, try to edit this, as well as get together my challenge, 2020 challenges, open for registration this week. Then I'm going to eat. I didn't do too well. This is just my first video. Since breakfast, 3 peanut butter and jellies. This bread, oh, you saw me, yeah. So I ate all of that stuff. I'm not as bad as I thought. going to make dinner. Dinner is pretty simple, pretty much always the same, give or take. I like to call it macro friendly. It's easy to substitute for all carbs, fats, and proteins. So venison, ground venison, I love. I either eat fish or venison every night. It's easily, obviously, protein to substitute. I can't do two things at once. I just brown it and I use Mrs. Dash, usually garlic powder. Microwavable vegetables because it's easy. Rice, again, if I have carbs, if I have too many carbs, I literally use this as fillers. So I'll just put whatever is left, I'll eat in rice, pretty much. Or oatmeal. It's just easy. You can literally like go up and down like 0.5 if you wanted to. These sweet point peppers. Eat them raw. It's not really raw in microwave. It's really not raw if it's a microwave, right? This is just carbs, like fibrous carbs. There's not very many. There's probably like 3 grams carbs. Add those just for the taste and it not really mess you up. Okay, I'm gonna heat that up. I'm probably gonna eat the whole bag of vegetables. I was going to get a Tupperware, but I probably won't need it. Then I use guacamole, which is only brown where the air hits it. Chobani Greek yogurt, or well, Livin'the Greek yogurt, which is really kind of sketchy. Let's smell this. Oh yeah, ooh, way sketchy. Whew. See, I'm putting this in the microwave. So no yogurt, only got like 1 gram of carb, no fats, and like 3 grams protein. It's not very much. I'll just add protein somewhere else. I'll give my cats this carrot. Trip, you want this carrot? Come here. Fall. Oh no, this. Now don't fight over it. No fighting over it. Apple cider vinegar gives it like this tangy taste. Almonds. Habanero, which is not hot. If you think habanero, well, I think habaneros are really hot. These aren't. They're like tangy and spicy at the same time. That's it. Dinner is served. Things out. A couple months ago. I'm editing my first video. This is gonna be on it. It's very interesting, but my fingers have arthritis. So I'm done for the work today. It's 10:30. I still have to fill my coffee pot. And I'm about to make dessert, which is pretty much the same thing every night. Go figure. Peanut butter and strawberries. And if I need oatmeal or carbs, I'll eat oatmeal. The good thing about having dessert, and I program dessert for every client, is because for whatever reason, like if Andy called and was like, hey, let's go out to eat, or I overate at dinner, for whatever reason, I always have this as a contingency. I'm gonna eat it and go lay down.